And here we are preparing to go live on another Friday expiration day, February the 20th. Welcome everybody to the Option Genius Show. This is Alan and Matt back together again. Today we're going to be talking about tariffs and why they're not going away. We're going to be talking about Iran. We're going to be talking about the markets. We're going to be talking about Amazon versus Walmart and anything else that comes to mind. So stay tuned.
That's a full plate right there.
So markets today, SPX is actually
Yeah,
on
it's
a
jumping. I just
run.
looked at it. I looked at it right now at this moment.
It
I was
was
like,
down this morning, and then the Supreme Court came out with their decision that the reciprocal tariffs, so not all tariffs are off the table, but the reciprocal tariffs are deemed illegal because the way they were done. And the market jumped up, and then it was kind of flat and it was going down, and now it's up 0.7%. Ruts up a quarter. Oil is almost flat today, still at 62, 66 and a half. Dollar is flat down. Nasdaq is up one. Dow Jones up 0.5%. Gold is up 2%. VIX is a little bit under 19, so retreating a little bit. But yeah, that's interesting. Let me see. How's our
I think he's talking right now, Trump. So
he he
it could be
was
something
yeah,
about
so he
yeah.
was talking and he said that now that these are gone, I'm going to do 10% tariffs on everybody.
Oh,
That was his thing. Now, the thing is that these were reciprocal tariffs, right? So they were not the only tariffs that were on there, but they were the big portion of it. And earlier this week, the Fed, I think the New York Fed did a report and they came out and they said, all this money that the tariffs are raising, 90% of that is being paid by the American consumer. So it's not like we're charging some other country these
hmm.
tariffs, right? Our costs are going up by 90% or the
That's a big
tariff,
point. Yeah,
and 10% is the US company that is absorbing the cost because these are import tariffs. So how that works is, like let's say we have a company here that orders something from overseas, it comes into the country and then customs holds it, and then they're like, oh, hey, there's a tariff on this, so the company that is importing, the US company here, has to pay that extra tariff in order to release the goods. And so if it's coming from China's not paying for it. The Chinese company is not like, oh, we'll give you an extra discount because of this tariff. They might, do something,
right.
but they don't have to. If you need the goods, you need the goods. And so what
And
happens
we
here?
we need the goods.
The prices go up.
Yeah.
That's why inflation is at 3%, right? It has increased. It was at 2 point something. Now it's back up to three. The GDP numbers came out today. They are not very as strong as people thought they were. And so now we're in a quandary. We're like, inflation's going up because of tariffs and other
Oh,
things.
but it's sticky, Alan. It's sticky. So you,
It's sticky in a range,
yeah,
right? It's
yeah,
range sticky.
yeah.
So the Fed was almost like talking about, hey, we might have to raise rates this week because inflation continues to be a problem. It's not going down. And there are several reasons for that. Tariffs, number one. So the Supreme Court said, and basically what happened, there was, Trump and the administration, they used a specific law to put these tariffs in place. So the Supreme Court did not say, oh, no, tariffs are bad. You can't use them. The Supreme Court just said, you cannot use this law to place these tariffs.
I think it's called IPA or something like that.
Yeah,
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 something.
yeah. And
It's not
so,
meant for actually tariffs if you look
right.
at it. Yes.
Yes. So this law does not give you the power to put tariffs.
Right.
And which is what the lower court said, and the court lower than them said, but it kept getting pushed up. So they've been collecting these tariffs. Now the administration said, hey, you know what? That's fine. We'll just find some other law and put the tariffs back on. So it's not the end of the tariffs. The tariffs are not going anywhere.
No, I'm sure like he said he has a backup plan. I'm sure that's already worked out.
Yes. So I think as long as Trump is in office, these tariffs are here to stay, and it should be counted in all these economic models or whatnot. Um, and so they have other rules or laws that they can use to put tariffs in place. They just have to reword them about why. It can't be
Mhm.
a reciprocal tariff. You're like, oh, they're taxing us, they're tariffing us, we're going to tariff them. Can't be
Right.
like that. But right after that came out, Trump hit the news, and he announced 10% global tariffs on everything. So
We'll see how long that, yeah, it just goes
I mean,
on
I
and
don't know
on.
why the market's up now, but hey, everything just got 10% more expensive.
Is it still, yeah, is it still going on? Yeah.
It's kind of stabilized now. But so it's like temporarily, I guess no tariffs will be charged until they put the new ones on the books. So it's only a matter of time. So the tariffs are not going anywhere. And I don't even think they're going to give the refunds. It's like, oh yeah, we'll do something about it. Because like there's
Okay.
like, I don't know, and the numbers are different. So the administration says that they collected like $600 million in tariffs. Um, the customs people are like, no, we only got like less than 200. So there's a discrepancy between how much was collected in
Of
tariffs so
course, of
far.
course.
Um, and you know, the Fed and their number came out and their report came out, and it's like, these tariffs are costing the average family about $1,200 a year.
Mm.
And then the Trump administration's like, well, we're making so much money from these tariffs, we're going to give every family $2,000.
Yeah, it's going to be
It's like,
awesome.
so I'm paying more 1,200 here, but you're going to give me maybe 2,000.
Yeah.
Okay, I come out
Well,
ahead, but like, why bother? If you actually give everybody the 2,000, which I don't think is going to happen because you
I don't
haven't
think so
collected
either.
enough to give the $200, the $2,000. So I'm kind of confused about the whole thing.
And then you have these companies that are probably gonna, you know, sue, of course.
Yeah. Hmm. Yeah.
Some already
So
have, like I know Costco has, and
oh, they've
uh,
sued from before other stuff, not
yeah,
just
other
these. Now,
things.
this is
Yeah,
different, right?
yeah.
Because
I
all,
mean,
all all the
yeah,
companies, they know how much they paid extra when they pick up their stuff at customs. They got a receipt. Like, hey, look here, I paid this much.
right.
Can I give me, where's my refund? This is illegal now. So what I think is going to happen is that now that these are illegal, that money will have to be given back because they were not supposed to be charged that. But going forward, when the new ones come, then they'll have to redo all the numbers and all the books because all the new merchandise that's coming in will be charged higher tariff. But these companies that get the refunds, do you think they're going to go to their customers and be like, oh, hey, you know what? We got all this money. We're going to give you a discount? No, they're going to be
Nope.
like, thank you, put it in their
Going
pocket.
right back in the
It's
coffers.
going right in their pockets. So who's getting screwed? That little guy. That's
The
us.
little guy again. Do you believe it?
Oh, my goodness.
Ugh, what a mess.
Yeah. So it's fun. It's fun. And then, yeah, we're going to Iran. We're going to war with Iran again. Uh, so
Yeah, so I'm really, this has been, the buildup has been increasing, over the last few months, I would say, or even since, it's been invaded. But it's really kind of the whole story's been on the back burner. And
there's too much going on.
there is, right, of course, but this is very big. And like he's talking like, hey, we might strike in the next, what, 10
He
days or so,
he
or
gave them a
or
10-day timeline.
yeah, and he's gonna abuse that timeline, so it could be any time, right? So
That's true. Last time he gave them a
no, yeah,
timeline
he's
and he
like,
didn't he
yeah,
didn't wait till the end.
and everybody's like, oh, well, it just happened, right? So it wouldn't be out of the realm of possibility that all of a sudden this weekend, right? It's like, who knows?
Hmm. Yes, I would not want to be short oil at this point.
Yeah,
That's for
yeah.
sure. I mean, even now, 66 and a half, almost $66.50 for WTI. Uh, I think there's at least $10 in there
Mhm.
for global risk, like
Oh, for sure.
a $10 amount. It would be $10 cheaper if it wasn't all this stuff going on.
Yeah,
So, even if you're in puts, um, like if you're selling puts, you need to be aware of that.
yeah. But the
So
calls, ooh, oh, I don't know.
yeah, I wouldn't be selling calls into this. I would not be. I don't know if I would be long calls either, right? Because the price is already rallied. The
Yeah,
move is already baked in. And so when you
depending
say,
on what
okay,
happens, of
yeah, it's like,
course.
hey, I'm going to send half my navy to your ocean, right? Like to your port. Okay, I think something's happening. I think they're not going there for a break or, spring break. They're going there for a reason, and
Right, and
something's going to happen.
it's a massive buildup.
Yeah.
It's not like just a, one warship.
Yeah. So, I mean, they did the same thing in Venezuela. That took time to get them all there, and then they went in overnight, got the thing, and then they all left. So over here, I don't know if they're going after some mullah or some ayatollah, or I don't know who. I don't know if they're just gonna
You
go
have, nuclear
take out
weapons at play. I mean,
take out one guy. They've been negotiating, right? So they're like, okay, you got a deadline, come to the table or agree to whatever we're telling you, or we're gonna bomb you, which is that's one way to negotiate, I guess. Like, hey, I got a knife to your throat. You either say yes or I'm gonna
pretty
kill you.
much. Yeah,
So,
we're going to force you to make a decision.
yep. Uh, I don't understand though why he's going to Iran. There's probably something else there. I don't know. I don't know if it's, hey, we want the oil, or we want a regime change, or this is like the last bastion or the last enemy we have, from the old times. I don't know. I don't know
Yeah,
what the
I
deal
mean,
is.
the axis of evil.
Well, they're still around, right?
Yeah,
Who was it? It was Iran, it was South Korea,
Syria. Was
and
that
was it
Syria?
Syria? I don't know. Syria was
I thought
never
Syria. No, maybe I'm wrong.
Syria wasn't like a big deal, but I mean the Kim Jong, he's still in South Korea.
Yeah,
Uh,
he's still there. He's still doing his thing.
he still got his wannabe nuclear bombs.
And he's going to
So
give power to his daughter, which is
yeah.
very interesting.
hmm So I like that's still there. They're messing with Cuba, right? Cuba has running out of fuel.
Yeah, which is getting dire, right?
The people there are really, really in a lot of trouble.
Or,
They're
yeah.
really struggling. Um, and for years, Cuba was under embargoes and sanctions and all this stuff. And I don't know if you've ever been to a Miami airport, but
Yeah.
in Miami, South Florida, there's tons and tons of Cubans, right? They have come
Yeah.
from the island and they all live there now, and they're all, it's like little Cuba.
Little Havana. Yeah.
They call it Little Havana. That's
Yeah.
just one little neighborhood, but the whole of South Florida is like Little Cuba. Like
Absolutely.
one of the reasons we moved out of there was because we didn't speak Spanish, and
Oh, you're
um,
done.
yeah, it's like
You got to
sorry.
know it. Yeah.
My dad went to go pick up some medicine from the pharmacy, and they gave him the wrong pill.
Oof.
Like it was the wrong drug. And he went back to be like, hey, what the hell's going on? And nobody spoke any English in the
Uh-uh.
pharmacy.
Yeah.
So he's like, no, this is like life and death now.
Yeah. This has to be right.
We need to get out of here. So
And no
that was,
AI at the time either.
yeah, that was the gauntlet. That was like, okay, that was the straw, right? We're out. We're moving.
And that was a
Um,
while ago.
that was years ago. That was
Yeah.
20 years ago,
About
more than
now.
20 years ago. So it's probably a lot worse now. And like I remember we were on a cruise going out of it wasn't even was it Miami? No, it was out of yeah. Actually we went to Miami, and there are people um shipping stuff, like piles and piles and piles of stuff to Cuba, like individuals doing it to help the Cubans. And that's how they get all their supplies, and that's how they get all their materials and stuff. Not where people are U.S. citizens are shipping stuff to them
Right.
from commercial airlines, not like UPS or whatnot, but just like Delta is going there and like giving all this, like, here you go, all these people sent stuff. So it's like really crazy. Um, so that's another thing going on. But
Yeah. It's like, it's just one of many things that are going on, right?
yeah.
Events.
Uh-huh. So it's like, yeah, he's cleaning up. He wants to clean up everything, I guess, before the midterms. Midterms are coming. And the Republicans are, it does seem like they are losing steam.
Yeah.
This weekend, or not this weekend, but this week, there's another issue with MAHA, Make America Healthy Again.
Mm,
So Trump made an executive order to say that, hey, we're going to actually create some phosphate that goes on the crops, the Roundup, you know, the weed killer. It goes on all the crops, and Maha, the people that believe in the Maha, are like that is the number one thing that is making everybody sick in the U.S. And Trump passed the executive order that we need to have all of the chemicals to make this stuff here in the US and stop importing it from other countries.
Wow.
So they're mad. They're like, what the hell? We're supposed to get rid of this stuff, and now you want to make it here and you keep using it. This is not what you campaigned on. So there's a big portion of that group that is up in arms at this point. So uh, we'll see what happens in the midterms. But right now, today, you know the Democrats are like smiling because the tariffs got
Yeah,
axed
it's a big blow to him. Yeah.
temporarily. Temporarily.
But he's like you said, he's gonna find his way around it.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm not like really thinking about it. Like, okay, yeah, they as for us, like the prices are not going down.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
that's the most important thing for us. Like, you play all these games and whatever they're doing up there, but for us, the prices are going to stay the same. They're not going down. And on the other side, did you know that Amazon just had more revenue than Walmart?
No,
They
I did
have
not.
they have
No.
passed Walmart in revenue. So Walmart, with all their mega stores all over the country,
Right.
passed by Amazon, which is
As
insane.
of today,
Yeah, yeah,
someday. Yeah.
soon. It's crazy. Um, so
Powerhouse.
yeah.
Incredible. But Amazon's into everything, so it makes sense.
Yeah, they've built those little warehouses all over the
Mhm.
place.
Yeah,
So yeah.
I was traveling not too long ago, and you can see these warehouses along the interstates, just massive ones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. And they're no longer they're no longer working with UPS as much. They have their own trucks, their own people, everything, everything on their own. So that's crazy.
Interesting times. Interesting times.
Yep. So the tariffs are off. Doesn't really matter. We do have expiration date today, so it's the monthly expiration. Um, Things are pretty calm considering.
Yeah, it's almost like it's already kind of baked into our our psyche about what we're used to this in some way.
Right. Yep. And we did have the crusher presentation yesterday, and I think that went well.
Yeah, it
It's
really is. It's a great thing.
it's really it was exciting to work on and to actually find it, and then to do the testing on it and verify the numbers and be like, wow, you could beat the S&P by this much. It's insane. It's really insane. Um, and the fact that we have all these tools there,
Hmm.
but they're all, we know about moving averages. Everybody knows about moving averages. Everybody knows about the ETFs. Everybody knows about options. But in order to put them all together in a specific format,
Yeah,
how do you do that?
and
And
make it easy, right? And make it simple,
make it understandable.
um,
Yeah.
which is most important for
So
people.
it took a lot of time. I had some ideas. I'm like, okay, I think we could do this, we could do this, we could do this. And then the first time I did it, it was going great, but then the numbers were wrong. The math was wrong.
I'm
And I was
surprised you
like,
got any
oh
sleep.
no. Oh no, it's not working. Ah. And so I put it on the back burner and I like, okay, forget this. I put all that time and effort into it and it didn't work. I was like, I'm so mad.
You come
Um,
back, right?
yeah, but then I was like, no, there's got to be something. It's like, okay, let's forget about this one. Let's try this. Let's try this. Let's try another way. So eventually we figured it out. And Connor says, yeah, he really enjoyed it and he's excited to implement. So, um, yeah, me too.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
mean, it's, all the back testing and the data supports it, but you made it so simple, right? And it's approachable for everyone to do.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I've already put it to work in the foundation. And I'm starting to switch out uh I'm doing it slowly, so like I'm switching out, like, so like in my retirement accounts, right, in the IRAs and stuff, I own a bunch of different stocks. So I'm looking at the ones that are not performing, be like, okay, you're out, that money, go to Crusher, right? If something is going higher and higher and is doing
Kind of
well,
like your
okay.
own little mini S&P. You're like, you know, you're not
Yeah,
performing. I'm kicking you
yeah,
out.
exactly. Yeah, replacing you with somebody else.
Yeah.
Um, and so that's kind of how I'm doing it. Instead of just cleaning house all at once, I mean, I've had these names for years now, so I'm kind of like, oh, I don't want to get rid of
Yeah,
you.
it's a little bit of you're
But
used
the
to it.
but these numbers are it's like so too much
Undeniable, yeah.
to ignore. And I've already said before that like one of my best positions is TQQQ. Like it's a leveraged ETF. I've owned it and for years, and it's done better than anything else. So it's like, okay, why not use that, right? Why not use something that has that power? Um,
I wish I had this when I had my own old company 401k, like as an option to do. I wish I could have done something like this.
well, unfortunately,
No,
401ks you don't control it, right?
yeah. I wish I could.
Yeah. Yeah. So but I do believe you can take a 401k and roll it over into an IRA. I think you can do that.
You can, yeah.
Yeah. So
But
that's the only way to
if you're
control it yourself.
still stuck with a company, it's like, okay, you just have that menu of items and that's where you got to be.
That's how they make their money.
How they do it. And then you're
That's how
stuck
they.
there. You're stuck, choosing of that menu of options.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Well, I don't know. If you have a kid, you could get that $1,000 Trump account and then you could do it for your kid.
That's right. Turn that thousand into something special.
I tried. I was like, okay, because it said, they had the thing. They're like, oh, there's so many thousands. And Connor, you're watching. You got to get that for the baby, man. You got to get that
Yeah,
that
that's right.
the $1,000, man. You need to get that Trump
Start
account
now.
set up. Um, and so that's just like free money sitting there. So just take it. And I thought, okay, let me, because they had a commercial. I think it was in the Super Bowl or what. There was a commercial, right? And there were all kinds of kids for different ages. So I was like, well, maybe I can get it for my kids. And you can, but you don't get the $1,000 unless you're like, I think it's 18 months old or less or something like that, or like 2 or 3 years old. So
There's a
there's like
little
a,
asterisk like next to it, and you're like,
yeah.
sorry.
So you have to be, just recently born in order to get the $1,000.
And the parent has to be paying attention at that moment. Not
Yeah, so Connor's
that
like,
there's anything to do right now, as as a parent. Jeez,
so Connor's baby just turned 1. So yeah, so she probably still qualifies. So you got to get that set up.
wheelhouse. Yeah.
Um, so I mean, he's great in terms of setting them up. Yeah, I
Hmm.
like the idea. I don't know if I like the idea of taxpayers putting in the $1,000 for everybody,
No,
but
but I mean,
I
from
think
the compounding standpoint alone, right?
yeah,
Starting early is the best thing to do.
if it gets them started, if it gets the parents understanding, I think to you won't see you won't see the results right away, but
Of course
20
not.
years from now, 30 years from now, I think the whole population will be probably a little bit better off financially because of this. And
Absolutely.
so I don't really have a problem with that. Now I don't know how they're implementing it or who's controlling the money or where the account has to be and who's taking the fees and all that stuff. So I don't like that part. I don't know, but the idea I think is a good one.
Yeah, what you do know is that you'd be much better off doing it as opposed to not doing it.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So get off
Uh,
zero. That's what
yeah.
they say.
The problem is though, right, that the people who are having the children are the ones that really can't afford the children.
Yes.
And so you're rewarding a behavior that you kind of don't want.
Right.
Um,
So, and then you need somehow to get the education to those people,
yeah,
which is the rub.
yeah. Because like,
Hard
if you
thing.
look at income levels, right? The higher the income, the fewer kids people have. So it's like, it's yeah, interesting. I don't know. But they do say that the biggest threat is underpopulation, right? And we've had that issue in this country, and that's why immigration was a good thing. Um, but then the illegal immigration became a big problem.
Hmm.
So we'll see how it goes.
Absolutely. What can you do?
Yep. Um, Market is still, yeah, still about flat. So I don't think we're going to get any market power signals today, but I do believe Phoenix did well today.
Yeah, Phoenix is still in play, so we'll see how it ends up the rest of the day.
Yeah.
Um, the I thought we are gonna get a market power signal this morning. I really did because there was I was had it up on the chart and it just went straight up, boom, and I was like, oh, something just happened, right? And then I found out about the tariffs and whatnot, and then it just kind of settled down. But we could have had a possible market power signal, a double dip. Who knows, right? So that's
Yeah,
the exciting
you
part.
never know. I
Never
was really
know.
hoping for it too. I mean, we got up to S&P's kind of pulled back a little bit, but it was up to 0.8%, So um almost there. Oh well.
Yeah, I mean, it can happen. I've seen signals come in the last 5 minutes, right? So anything's possible. You got to be ready.
Yeah. So I mean, everything still seems pretty steady. We did have the bad GDP number, but it seems like the economy's still kind of plugging along. And I would not be short oil
Yeah,
at this point.
we have. I mean, we still, because we can't forget about this about AI and taking jobs, right? That's going to be onward pressure going forward.
That's still coming. It's coming faster and faster. Yeah. But at least for this weekend, I'm not worried about it.
You're more worried about Iran this weekend.
Oh yeah.
You should write down like all the major things that are going on and then kind of rank them. The most, of
There's yeah. I mean, this stuff is all sideshow stuff, right?
course.
We talk about like what is the major thing, and the major things are still the same. The central banks are still buying gold, right? Um, and AI is still coming, and it's going to come for white collar jobs first, and then the robots are going to come for the blue collar jobs. So how fast that gets here, we don't know. 12 months, 18 months for the white collars. We've already seen it, it's already there. Nobody's hiring programmers.
Because you can
The
do it
because
yourself.
one programmer they say at Anthropic, which is Claude, they say like 90% of the code is written by the AI for itself.
Hmm.
Like all the advancements, they just tell it what to do and it writes
Yeah,
the
the
code
AI
for
is
itself.
teaching the AI, and then it's just like, okay. I I I was listening to, I forget, I think it was Moonshots, where they said that in the future you won't even need CEOs of a company. It'll just have an AI CEO. Can you imagine the possibility of that? Probably.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it has to be programmed
No, like,
properly. But even now, you have all of these famous CEOs of the past that have written books. There are books on leadership, there are books on strategy, there are books on marketing, there are books on everything.
yeah.
You can take that information, feed it to an AI, and he would have all, or it would have all the information of some of the best CEOs of the world,
Hmm. The smartest.
right? And then it would be up to that to create the strategy. And then you can have it's called AI agents, right? So there's like a marketing agent and a customer service agent and a product management agent and a chief operating officer agent and a human relations agent. And so they just have all these little things and you just train them based on the task that they need to do. And then they all report back to some other agent. So yeah, they were saying that has the has the company already been started where it's like one person and a bunch of AI agents that's going to get to $1 billion.
Right.
Has
And
that already happened? I think
I
so.
I bet it has to some degree,
Yeah.
for sure.
That you were talking about that the lobster one. What was it? Claude Bot or Claw Bot
Oh yeah,
or
yeah. Open claw and
Open was it Open
open.
Claw?
Yeah, they keep changing. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, open claw. Yeah, I think so.
Open Claw got bought. OpenClaw.
By, I think I know where you're going with this.
OpenClaw, OpenClaw was sold for $1 billion.
Two?
OpenAI.
Right. I think there was a coder who did this. Some of it like $600. He did something, and
Yeah,
then
Peter Steinberger.
yeah, and then he found out OpenAI, and then they hired him and bought
He
him out.
started it on the weekend. Like it was this was like a weekend project for him. And
Unbelievable. Like that's how fast that's the point, right? How fast this is changing things.
so he started this just a couple weeks ago. It exploded online. It became the hottest thing in AI. And then they just bought him out for, or I don't know if they hired him and they took over the rights or they bought him completely, but
I think they bought him. They did a deal with him.
$1 billion.
But the idea is like, we used to think about companies and their moats, right? The most important thing is the moat of a company. And where are the moats on these? They're just being destroyed. I mean, overnight.
Yeah, and that took a couple weeks.
Yeah.
My favorite
But
AI tool, which is Manus, was bought by Facebook for $2
that's a
billion.
Chinese model, right? I think
It
it
was
is.
Chinese. It was a Chinese company.
Hmm.
Then they wanted to get rid of that Chinese name or the Chinese, halo. So they moved to Singapore
Uh,
and then Facebook bought them. So, I mean, Manus is better than ChatGPT
for now.
right now. And
Right.
now that, Facebook has bought them, it seems like Facebook and Google are now the two that are in the lead for all this AI stuff. They're the ones running the show. OpenAI is still there, but OpenAI is losing ground and they're losing money fast. And I don't know if they're going to survive um, for that sense. But if they go public, I would not be buying their stock.
You will not. Yeah.
Not be that bad. No. I mean, they're the first ones that are talking. They're talking about they're rolling out ads on OpenAI. You wouldn't do that unless you need the revenue.
Hmm.
You know, because nobody else is doing it. Perplexity talked about it, but they said no, we're not going to do it. And so, right now it's a grab, right? They're trying to grab users. They're trying to be as cheap and as easy to use for everybody so that they get as many users as possible. And
And
you don't
you think they're like, see you
you
later?
don't yeah, you don't mess up your product with ads when you're trying to grab users. So I think they're in trouble. And today they were talking, there was a headline that they're trying to get another $30 billion out of NVIDIA. So it's like, yeah, I think they run out of money quick. Um, but yeah, so they paid $1 billion for this thing, and let's see, let's see what they do with
How
it.
it shakes out.
Yep,
I mean, this stuff's moving so fast that it's confusing. Like, you almost need a cheat sheet of like what's what, right?
it's moving too fast,
Yeah.
too fast. Nobody can keep up.
We're like, look at us. We're like, oh yeah, open Claude and Claude that and this, that, and it's like okay, but yeah.
It- yeah, and we're just two guys. Imagine if we actually knew what we were talking about, like if we actually knew how this stuff worked and whatnot, right?
Mhm.
Um, we're not even in the industry and we know about it. So, we're talking about it. So it's like, yeah, it's changing. It's
It's a
changing.
wave, and it's gonna eventually, if you could take OpenAI and you could say, ChatGPT and all that, you could be like, okay, 2 years ago, really no one was talking about it. Now everyone's kind of talking about it. It's just like how Google was, right? It's like, oh yeah, now we Google everything, and it's like this wave of progression, right? And I think it's happening at a faster rate.
Hmm. Yep. So, all right. Well, it's been a fun week. Interesting week.
Every week's interesting.
Every week is interesting. But yeah, so I have some positions that are expiring today, so I'm happy. Um,
Yeah, we've done really well in the memberships, and all our positions are doing pretty well. So, you know,
you put on some new trades yesterday, right? You put
I did.
your
Yeah, I put a couple on them.
call spread on what, Visa?
Yep, call spread on Visa because we have a bunch of puts. That one looked really good to me. And then we are in the uh, indexes, right, for OG
Mm-hmm.
and the club. So
Yeah,
pretty good.
yeah. Actually, the rut so far this year is outperforming the S&P 500 this year. Um, Although it is kind of petering, right? It's kind of like stabilized at the top of the recent high. It's just like
Mhm.
now it's kind of like, okay, which way is it going to go? You got to tell us,
A
dude. You're
little
going up, you're
pause,
going
yeah.
down. We don't know. We don't know. We got to wait till it tells us what it wants to do.
But that still works for us, you know. It moves a little bit sideways. That's
Yeah.
fine.
I mean, that was interesting. You know, we had the conversation this earlier this week. Like, hey, how about a condor? Like, do we do a condor and rut? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
The chart
Starts
looks
makes you
pretty
start to think
good.
about that a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
chart looks like, yeah, we could do a condor. Um, but in the past, like at least last year, condors did not work.
Right.
Right? I did a condor on McDonald's last month, which
Yeah.
did not work. The call site got blown up, even though
They brought the McRib back, and you just got hit
oh,
nice.
well, that was it. That was oh man, I should have paid attention to that. But no,
No,
the
no.
chart, if you look at the chart, it was going sideways for months and months and months. And finally I
Hmm.
put my condor on and then the thing
It's,
just starts going higher and higher. And I'm like, oh my God. So yeah, the high side got me on that one. But
I
uh
start to look at these, it's been going up and up and up, and with all the pressures of what's going on and inflation and whatnot, you could start to think about possibly dabbling with a call here or there.
well,
In my,
yeah, I think you need to. Last week it was last week, right? That the market, the whole AI trade was in
Mhm.
trouble. The Dow was
It's
really
happened
doing well.
before. It's like it's
Um,
here, it's gone away, it comes back.
yeah,
We're in that kind of instability part.
the industrials are doing really good right now. You
Mhm.
know, they're still doing well. Tech is not doing as well. The software stocks are in the toilet. Um, you know, semiconductors are okay. In the club today, um, somebody mentioned that he's been playing Deer because Deer is a threshold stock, right? And it hit the threshold. I think it was a 600 threshold a couple days ago, and then they had earnings, and then it jumped to 670. You know, it goes from like 6 to 670. And he was like, oh man, I was in leaps. So I'm like, okay, hopefully he made something, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, the industrials are still really, really strong. They had really good earnings. Caterpillar also all-time highs.
Yeah,
You
CAD
know,
is
a
in
lot of
good shape.
these companies that are making the companies that are making stuff like Eaton, you know, they make engines and they make stuff. Lockheed Martin.
Oh, how about what was I think about it? Corning is another one.
Hmm.
They did a whole special on them, how they make all the glass for iPhones.
The Gorilla Glass.
Yeah, and that's where I grew up, is where that plant is, and that's upstate New York.
Hmm.
So about Corning. Yeah. So it's interesting to hear that, see that.
Yeah. And they put it first in the Apple glass, in the Apple phone, and then they started putting it everywhere. So now that's,
Yeah.
you know,
And Corning used to be just kind of a boring,
they used to make like pots. They
yeah.
used to make like those glass bowls, right? Is that the same company?
They did, yeah, they did that. They did
Like
they did insulation.
everybody's mother,
Um
everybody's grandmother had the same Corning pots, the same
yeah,
bowls. You used to get them at Publix. Yeah.
yeah, they make insulation too, all sorts of different things. But it's just funny. It was kind of like a boring stock, but now it's like, ooh, how things change.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Boring is the in again. So it's a different, if it's definitely a different year from last year in the market for sure. And it was rotation, or people are just sick of AI, hearing about it, or They're worried about what's coming. I don't know, but
And then we're talking about space on top of everything else, right? So Elon Musk and data centers and putting them on the moon and all sorts of different things.
I think we're still a little bit. We got time for
Yeah.
that.
So,
We'll get there maybe in the next 5 years.
all right. Well, time stamp you on that.
I don't know. I don't know when it's gonna happen, but yeah, it's not tomorrow. So
Definitely won't be tomorrow. We got to deal with Iran first.
yeah, sorry, Iran. Oh boy, but it's crazy. Yep. Um, GE finally hit 340. So it was a threshold stock, hit 300, sold off to like 270, then came back to 300, then sold off again. And then finally, after months, closed above 330 to closed and hit the profit target. Now it's at 340.
Nice.
So I remember Matt was telling you like he had put spreads and he got blown up by GE.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And I had I've been selling naked puts on them since for a while. Um, and some of them were painful, but now it's all back up. So the I think I told you right, GEV. I had done a in the money covered call.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, so that one is expiring today. Um, nice return on that one. I had done the same thing on SPXL, but that one I've been doing it for 3 weeks in a row now, and I keep having my calls expire. So the first time I did it was when SPXL was like around 230. And so I sold the 227 and a half calls and then it dropped. So they expired. So I sold more, same strike. They expired, sold them again, and they're going to expire again this week or today. And then I sold more today for next week. So hopefully, eventually, that'll be called away.
Eventually, right? But at least
But
you're making
that's the
some
game,
income.
right? I'm
Yeah.
just rolling it and rolling it and cashing in every week. It's like, hey, this
Collecting the
is
credit.
nice. Making a
Yeah.
few $100
Yeah, I
on
think
each
you mentioned
one.
like 230 something dollars or something like that you made on one of them way back.
Yeah.
Something like
So the ones I sold today, I only got 200 shares. So the ones I sold today, 250 each. So that's $500
yeah.
a week, That's not bad.
No, not bad at all.
It's costing me about 8,000 in margin. So stock goes up, that's extra. That 500 divided by 8,000, 6.25% for a week. It's not
Yeah,
bad.
not bad at all.
It's not bad. So uh,
I'll take it.
that's how it works. That's how we roll.
Yeah.
Technically, that's exactly literally how we roll the option.
How we roll. Yeah, that's right. But in all this, you just need to keep your wits about you. You can't overreact to things. It's easy to get emotional.
Yes. Yeah. I was talking about
Especially
that
at this
to
time, and what we're going through.
I was talking about that to somebody this morning, and he was like, Trump, man, Trump is just making it go up and down. Everything goes crazy. Every time he says something, the market goes crazy. And I'm like, yeah, but you gotta like take a step back.
Yep, you do.
You take a step back and you look at all the it's just noise. Like if you're really close to it, then you see the moves up and down, up and down. Oh, big swing every day, big swing. Oh, but if you're stuck, you're back, then it's like little itty bitty things up and down,
Yep.
up and down. Okay, no big deal, no worries.
And
So
sometimes if you're up too close like that, just take a little walk, and clear your mind out. That's the great thing about the market. You don't need to be in it every day.
no, no. But yeah, so thinking I'm thinking about the future a little bit, and I'm thinking, okay, we're gonna get a new Fed chair in June. That's gonna be his first meeting. He's gonna lower the rates.
Yeah, everyone's all
Uh,
worried about this guy, but he's going to do
yeah,
exactly what Trump wants him to do.
he's gonna lower the
I don't
rates,
buy it. I don't buy it.
and I am ready to be in Crusher, all
Chris,
in.
yes, yeah.
I'm like, that's
You're
gonna be
positioning yourself right now.
yeah, that's gonna be the test. That's gonna be the rocket ship, and it's like, okay, let's see how well this thing does. Um, so
It's a great spot.
I'm not
Um,
sure what's going to happen to inflation. I'm not sure what's going to happen
well,
to, gold will go up, rates going down, gold's going up, dollars going down. But
we know inflation's not going away. I do firmly believe that. It's not going away. And it's going to be there, and we're just going to have to deal with it.
yeah, and yeah, so I don't know. We'll see what happens. But it's
Yep.
crazy, right? It's going to be so if these AI, all these predictions come out true, um, 12 months from now, right? We're going to have a lot of layoffs. It's all going to be in Trump's term. So how's he going to handle it? I don't know.
Yeah, all right.
I have no idea. I don't know if they're thinking about it. Hopefully they are, but
Sure they
I
are.
don't think it's part of their game plan. It's going to be something that's coming.
No, I mean, this doesn't telegraph when it's going to happen. So,
Yeah.
and
The
I
what
don't
the
think anyone really understands the speed, right? Whether it's going to be further out or faster or slower, no one knows.
no. No. And the one thing I'm really not upset about, but like I don't like these prediction markets myself, you know? I think it just opens up gambling. It just makes it too easy. People are already getting addicted. They've already been addicted.
Oh, for
Um,
sure.
and it's really my son, he had a friend came over a week ago or something, and he was like, "Oh yeah, my friend made $2,000 betting on the Super Bowl." Like,
Right. So
you're
you're going to get somebody to just save their
yeah,
money when they
exactly.
see someone next to them doing it. Yeah, it's not good for sure.
My son's 15, and he's like, "Wow, he made $2,000." And I'm like,
Yeah.
"Oh, dude, how do I handle this? What do I tell
Yeah,
him?"
and think about it at that age, right? How impressionable that is. That's tough.
Yep. And so now we have the states that are saying, "Hey, we don't want this," and they're passing laws to outlaw these prediction markets. But then you have the CFTC, the people who are in charge of the futures exchanges. They're coming in and going to Washington and saying, no, states, you cannot do this. This is our territory. We're in charge of this. And I'm like, why are you pushing? Like, why do you care? Like, why are you pushing this? You
Right.
know, you have so much other stuff to worry about. I don't know why you're so like, why are you pushing gambling on the whole country? And there's a lot of money floating around. That's all.
Sloshing
That's
around there. There's unfortunately there are people that, make some money, right? And they have some success, maybe all at short, and then you have a lot of losers.
no, but I'm talking about like the lobbyists and
Oh yeah, yeah,
the
sure.
people with the agenda. Like, hey, let's make this legal. There's a lot of money to be made, and there's a lot of money greasing hands. Because otherwise, it doesn't make any sense to do this, right?
Yeah.
And like Vegas, Nevada is like, hey, we're losing all our revenue.
I know. That's why I said a couple shows ago. It's like, why would you even go to the casinos?
Yeah.
For the environment? I mean, just free drink? I don't know.
Yeah.
You're just gonna, be with your friends and do it.
Exactly. You can sit and just look at it. I mean, like Coinbase has it, Robinhood has it,
They all got it now.
Interactive Brokers has it. All the brokers are coming out with it. And then there's other ones, other platforms all over the place. It's eh,
Vanguard has it. Just kidding. Sleepy Vanguard.
yeah.
Now the prediction markets.
So
Just to survive.
I don't
It's,
even understand how it's legal, but it is, and they're trying to keep it that way.
yeah.
The government is actually trying to keep it that way, which is to me that's strange.
Just
So
think about it. You have people that are addicted to our phones, right? And now we have prediction markets on the phones. Then we're addicted to gambling on our phones. I don't know. And then you have legislation trying to catch up with it, and a lot of cases just too late.
yeah, it's really, really sad. It's a sad state of affairs. I don't know why, um, but I don't know. So anyway, that's it for us today. Market's still doing okay, 0.5% on the S&P IX. And happy expiration day, happy Friday. Uh,
Expiration day is always a nice,
uh, we'll
nice
uh we'll see you all again next Wednesday.
next Wednesday. Yes, sir.
I wonder if there's anything going on next week. Probably something. But I think a lot of the economic data and everything has already come out, right? We had the Fed meeting minutes and the GDP numbers and everything. So it might be another smooth, easy week next week, hopefully.
Yep,
Cool beans.
sir.
All righty, we'll talk to you guys soon.
All right.